Yeah, I mean the Ward fight. I don't want to go on about the Ward fight too much. Obviously, he's the only guy to beat me in my whole career, and he's number two pound for pound in the world below Floyd Mayweather. So he's one of the best fighters on the planet in any weight division because of what he does. I don't give him many props, and I don't say he's the greatest fighter because fighting's fighting, and getting through a fight and being a bit of a trickster and a bit of a magician in the ring is to me not fighting. And Floyd Mayweather's a great fighter because he's got good offensive skills and he lands his punches. Andre Ward, he's just good at doing what he does to stay out of trouble and to be effective with his boring, horrible, smouldering style. So although I do want to avenge the loss to Andre Ward, I'm realistic that it's not a big fight. Television don't really want to see it again. That's the reason Ward's not fighting at the minute. Nobody wants to fight him. So there's bigger fights out there, like Golovkin at middleweight, he's talking about coming up, or Hopkins. It's an interesting fight with Hopkins, and then there's the rematch with Mikel Kessler, or the rematch with Luton Butte, depending on what he decides to do. Maybe even a rematch with Jean Pascal, who's been inactive lately. I don't know what he's doing. He might be fighting Lucian Butte. So there's fights out there for me which whet my appetite a lot more than the Andre Ward rematch. So Ward's saying pick the phone up, and I keep mentioning his name. I don't actually mention his name. I just answer the questions when people mention Ward because Ward holds a win against me, and I'd like to retire undefeated. And when you avenge a loss, it's almost like you wipe the slate clean on that loss. So it would be nice to fight Ward and rectify that situation. But it's about getting him over to England, which is going to be very difficult. And it's about getting the right fights at the right time. And I don't think the timing's right for Ward. Weight-wise, I don't know if he can still do super middleweight. He's coming off the back of an injury. He needs to fight. He won't go straight in with a fight with me. And at this late stage of my career, I'm not going to be hanging around for Andre Ward to have 2 or 3 warm-up fights before he decides to maybe or maybe not come to England. So, his phone ain't going to ring shortly because he's at the back of our list. Ward is. I mean, it would be nice to avenge the defeat, don't get me wrong. But I don't lose any sleep thinking about the Ward loss.